Back at it again. This time with that new video that done popped up a couple days ago about, the law enforcement planting drugs on people within the inner city. And how now that is cameras that, is becoming more, apparent. What people been speaking on for years is being shown now through video.
Let me break it down. When I was in the pimp gang many years ago, every time one of my girls would get caught up and we knew that it was a sting and they were setting the chicks up, charging them falsely for prostitution, really when it's just a lottery case. What we would do was I would have my lawyer pull all of the arrest records and find out did the police officers say the same thing for every case? Did the same scenario happen? If the same scenario happened, that's just like saying the lightning gonna strike in the same place twice. You know what I'm saying? So we know that there's gonna be different characteristics, different conversation in the arrest, but the officers say, hey, this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. And most of them who are setting up, they are programmed. The district attorney tell them, this is what you say, this is how we're gonna beat this case. So I would get all the cases dismissed based on, false evidence. Because there's no way that this evidence can coincide with this evidence when these two people are entirely two different people. And the district attorney would automatically throw the case away because they didn't want the other people to get out. So they were just like, just get them out of here. We don't even want this on record, because if this is on record, then people will see exactly what's going on, and they will see how to, navigate through the system. So this is one of the things I did to, deal with police brutality and police setting people up. But in Milwaukee, many years ago, they talk about these police officers who had these body cams on that did this thing in Baltimore, would set people up. We had a dude named Blondie. He was a white dude. And what he used to do, man, he used to ride down on brothers, man, put dope on them. He used to rob them. He used to take their dope, take their money, and everything. And he did this for years. This was 25 years ago. This ain't nothing new, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. They been doing this stuff, man.
Right.
This is just, they just getting caught, but they been planting drugs on people. When I get caught on the highway, the first thing I do, man, is I pray to God that these police don't plant no drugs on me. When they say I want to search the car, I always say, man, call the sergeant.
Yeah.
Because, I don't care if you search my car, but just call the sergeant. I need a third police on deck to witness, everything, from the search, everything is being done properly.
I like that you say that, because, there's a lot of young brothers that think about that. So, they have their right as an American citizen to ask for that. I mean, it's not no problem with asking, for, the sergeant to come to the situation if you feel that it's warranted.
Oh yeah, you got to be, we are targeted. I always tell you, man, that young African American males are targeted because, of your genetics. Between a young African American male, which is his penis, is the most powerful weapon on earth. Just imagine if you allow African American males to go and just have sex with all the white women that they can find, all these little white girls that belong to these lawyers, these doctors, and these people, who practice white supremacy. We can annihilate them, and their grandbabies will become little black kids. We could annihilate any race through our genitals at any given time. But the opposite of that, they say, well, what about the black woman? Well, the black woman takes 9 months to have a baby. So she can't wipe nothing out. And she could probably at the most 12 kids. I know some dudes that got 40 kids. Literally got 40 kids. We got a couple dudes in Milwaukee that got 25 and 30 kids. They're well-known individuals. I won't even say their name. Yeah. People hear me say this, know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So if they're allowed to amalgamate or they're allowed to copulate with numerous of women, I'm saying they can wipe out a race of people. So, we targeted, not by police officers, but by the cricket system.
Yeah.
See, it ain't the police officer, it's the system that allows these police officers to operate and do their dirty work. And a lot of people think that it's some Black Power, Malcolm X, Muslim stuff when you say, systemic racism. Systemic racism is real all the way from the top to the bottom. Because if police officers have racist administrators and racist, systematic racist bosses, then that trickled down to the police officer. If, Donald Trump said, which he said, and this go to show you, why people act the way they act. Donald Trump saying, well, if you got their head, you put your head, no, just let them let the head hit the car, don't protect the head. This is the president of the United States.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about criminal, who you think he's talking about? He ain't talking about no little, dudes, that's about to graduate from college, or no dudes that's about on their way to college. He's talking about dudes, thugs that's in the hood. And most thugs that's in the hood, because there ain't too many white guys that I know that's walking around the hood talking about some what's up, my nigga, or throwing up vice lords and gangsters and Crips and blood signs because, in some cases, but there are a few exceptions. That's not really what white guys do.
Let me break into this part because I know you've seen this. I can't recall the brother's name, but the little brother had a lawn care service, and he was doing some lawn care in the suburbs, and he got accosted by the police. And they're like, what are you doing? You should come here when I tell you to come. He's like, I got a legitimate business. I'm in college. Why are you stopping me? I'm doing my job. Oh, I seen you at doors. I was putting my cards in, doors for my lawn care service. He gets tased and bit by dogs and arrested for something that nothing of that magnitude should ever even happen.
Because the police got too much power and they want more power. That's why they plant drugs on people. If you get stopped by police and you talk crazy to them, he's gonna say, get your ass out the car. Put your hands on the car, he's going to arrest you, and he's going to lock you up, and he's going to treat you real bad. Mm-hmm. Because, they giving too much authority.
Yeah.
I always tell people, here's the scenario. If you're riding down the street, you're doing 35 miles an hour. The speed limit is 35 miles an hour. The police get behind you, and they turn their lights on. You go like, oh, man, they finna pull me over. Man, what I do? Man, they ain't do nothing, man. Come on, man. These folks, they know I'm doing the speed limit. The police go right past you. And you like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? They got to do, they ain't after me. But you know what I'm saying? We have so much fear.
Yeah.
We've been programmed to think every time we hear sirens, we're about to go to jail, or what did I do? Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? That within itself, that fear within itself that we have of going to jail, that we have of being accosted by police, it causes us to get caught up in precarious situations, and it causes the police to feel that they have more power than they really do. You know what I mean? They make them feel like gods, and they know that siren scares you. They know that badge is intimidating. So a lot of them, they get too caught up in that system, and they get so caught up on their authority, and they get caught up on trying to get promotions and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't know, man. Every time a police officer arrests you and he get a conviction on you, that's a promotion.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when they do those false arrests and district attorneys send them out there to do those false arrests and set people up, man, that's because they're trying to get elected to attorney general. He's trying to get elected to police chief, and they have missions. And they know that everything is based on quotas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The more arrests you get, the more people you have get off the street, that's looked upon as a noble act.
Yeah.
So, a lot of those police officers, they think you're going to get a noble award because, they locked so many people up, and they did so many convictions that it gets to their mind when they think, man, I can get promoted to sergeant if I just get one more arrest. I got to start planting drugs on people. I got to start planting guns on people. Some policemen, they'll take 3 guns from one dude, keep the 2, send him to jail, and then they'll plant the other 2 on somebody else. That's just how they do it. And they've been doing this, man. You can go read the Donald Goins books. You can go read the Iceberg Slim books. They've been doing this since way in the 20s, man. This is nothing new. They just got caught. Just imagine if they didn't have their body cam on, how many dudes they had to let 140 people loose that was arrested by that man because it jeopardized the district attorney case. Imagine how many people, man, that got arrested by other officers do the same thing that never seen the light of day.
Yeah.
That's doing many years in prison. So we got to be very cautious and very prudent when we're dealing with police officers, because they will set you up. And if they don't like you, they'll set you up for real, and you be sitting up in there, and you know the law says you're innocent until found guilty. Now, who wants to spend all that money on a lawyer? Who wants to spend all that money on going to court? Who wants to have that kind of stress and worry over them? Mm-hmm. If they lie on you, just like if a dame say, he beat me up, he raped me, and you ain't did none of the two. You still got to spend the money trying to beat the case.
Yep.
That's the same thing when the police plant some drugs on you. They plant a pistol on you. You got to spend. They ain't gonna plant no money. They'll take the money. That's just how it go, man. That's just how the game is. And the young people out here just got to know, man, that you got to fight the streets. You got to fight the system, and you got to fight the police.
Now, speaking on the situation that you just said, you said how a female say that, you hit her or whatever like that. Somebody said a comment, something like that, like, what do you do when your girl say something false and, call the people on you? What do you do? And what I essentially said.
The same thing that Sterling girlfriend did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get your cell phone and you act like you calling, somebody, and you put that camera on and you say, why you set me up? What I do to you, baby? And so when she lied and tell the police, she said, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna lie on you, nigga. I'm gonna tell the police you did that, nigga. I'm gonna tell you raped me, nigga. You done, nigga. You gonna cheat on me, nigga. You done, nigga. You done. Okay, all right, you put all that on recording. So when the police come, they're going to take her ass to jail because they're going to see that she's lying and she's obstructing the officer and she's wasting taxpayers' dollars. They're going to probably give her ass a charge and not you. You got to be smart. That's why they call them smartphones. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to use them smartly. You know what I mean? You can use your phone 1,001 ways.
Too cool to count 24/7.